In this episode, we talk about the oldest all-black Outlaw Motorcycle Club, and I'm talking about the Outcast MC. People have been asking for this one like crazy. I did another video on black biker history and black outlaw motorcycle clubs, and everybody wanted to know more about the Outcasts, and we get into it on this episode of Demons Row TV. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby. Big shout to the Ghosts and the Ghost Sets. Welcome to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture, where we cover everything motorcycle and motorcycle club involved. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening, and everybody was lighting up the DMs, messages all over social media. I did a video called Black Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs and Black Biker History. It's an amazing video. We talked about the East Bay Dragons, the Chosen Few MC. We talked about Ben Hardy, Sugar Bear. There was so much love on it, but a lot of people in the comments were saying, why wasn't Wheels of Soul mentioned? Why wasn't Sin City mentioned? Why wasn't Outcast mentioned? And what I want people to understand about that video, it wasn't just a list of the most famous clubs that everybody knows that happened to be a black club. It was an article that I was reading. So in that article, I'm reading the words they stated. I'm not omitting clubs. Those clubs weren't mentioned in the breakdown. I got love for everybody. You gotta remember, I came from a club. I'm from the East Coast, in the Bronx. Blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans, everybody's together. But let's get into this legendary motorcycle club, the Outcast MC. It says the Outcast MC was started in Detroit in 1969. They are the oldest all-black motorcycle club in the world. Black riders typically weren't allowed to join white clubs, so the name and identity of Outcast was chosen for the new group. 44 years later, they still keep their traditions of being in all black, wearing all black, and riding all black motorcycles. So they did a documentary called Outcast Forever by Devon Hudson in 2016, and it says it offers a frank and majestic portrait of the first nationwide all-black motorcycle club. Outcast, formed in 1969 in Detroit, Michigan by Sunny Day, Angel Herb, and others. Part history lesson, part sociological document, and part striptease. The film Outcast Forever reveals the expressed love of the motorcycles and freedom by wide-ranging and diverse black male motorcycle club members. It reveals a deep and permanent brotherhood of black and male nonconformists who are either war veterans or roustabouts, factory workers or tough guys, family men or lone wolves. Many of them live double lives to honor their code of OFFO, Outcast Forever, Forever Outcast, and respect to the death of the biker lifestyle, with rigorous and at times hilarious initiation rituals not unlike those of college fraternities, and challenging probationary periods for wannabe members. Admission into the club creates not only a bond among its members, but also a bond among the various nationwide chapters of the club. Chapters in cities which stretch across the United States, linked by thousands of miles of freeways, and the skull symbol of the old man with braids that signifies a member as an outcast. In 1969, because of the deep racial divide that kept existing with white biker clubs, nearly all white, with the few if any black members allowed, in spite of the Hells Angels leader Sonny Barger's comments to the contrary, black membership in the Hells Angels was notoriously difficult and often stymied for reasons of white supremacy. As Hunter S. Thompson observed in his book of the Hells Angels, I have been around the Angels long enough to get the drift of their thinking on ends. Just as the vicious murder of the black man, Meredith Curly Hunter Jr., by multiple drunken and aggressive Hells Angels members acting as a stage security at the Rolling Stones' Altamont Free concert in 1969, made clear that the tolerance for blacks by Hells Angels had its well-defined limits. Although there were other all-black motorcycle clubs across the country, the creation and nationwide popularity of the Outcast Motorcycle Club was based in no small part upon this racial exclusion of blacks from the more notorious white biker clubs. One of the Outcast members of the Alabama chapter, Big Bear, tells us that the biker code is such that if a biker of whatever race or club sees another biker broken down on the side of the road, he is obligated to help him, so that regardless of the racial segregation that exists within the world at large, within the biker world, the code of the biker trumps all of these barriers. It is in this way that perhaps we could see the biker world as some sort of Freemasonry on wheels, whose ideals of brotherhood revolves around the two wheels of independence that a biker rides upon and the freeways that they travel upon in groups. Although there are animosities within the separate chapters and between the different clubs, these disparate, radical, and rugged individuals unite, much like the racially segregated Freemasons, by the religion upon which all men can agree. The biker world is a curious paradox of independence from the normal world and dependence upon others within the club, segregation of races, and conformity to the tenets of non-conformity. One is made to adhere to a discipline for the right to pursue undisciplined behaviors. These well-balanced and opposing contradictions are some of the most fascinating and engrossing aspects of the biker lifestyle. The Outcasts talk about the troubling notion of women as property. Girlfriends, female acquaintances, and female entertainers are affectionately branded as property of Outcasts, or POs for short. The women speak freely of their commitment to the bikers as they give middle fingers to the cameras and proudly display their property of Outcast patches. The Outcast Motorcycle Club is a reclamation of black male individuality, patriarchal heritage, and a fraternity that stands defiantly in the face of the lethal social control mechanisms that exist within American society to subjugate and neuter black males as means of lessening white society's fear of the black male. This reclamation of black individuality and independence often comes as an exorbitant price in the form of jobs lost, marriages that fail because of the absolute commitment to the biker lifestyle, and the brothers who die in motorcycle accidents, intrafractional altercations with other members, encounters with the police or with outsiders. The biker lifestyle isn't for everyone and wasn't meant to be. It's ride or die. Roll with it or be rolled over. He says, before concluding, I'd like to give some attention and praise concerning the form and style of Outcast Forever and the extraordinary efforts of filmmaker Devon Hewson, his cinematographer Gabriel Moskowitz, with whom he shares. Smash the like button if you're getting value out of this, and hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more about MC culture. If you want me to break down articles of certain clubs, and I don't mean articles as far as somebody getting shot on the media, that type of stuff. I mean like actual history. Send it to demonsrow@gmail.com. And if you want to support the row, get your rated G for ghosting hats now, or your Ghostaveli Mask. They're on www.demonsrow.com. And thank you for tuning in to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.